Welcome, everyone. Today I'm here to talk about one special particular scholarship. Is called Berea College. Is one of the college here in the United States, in the great state of Kentucky, in the city of Berea. They provide 100% scholarships for international students. This is the only college I know in the United States of America which provides a guarantee of all enrolled international students to be given 100% scholarships for international students for bachelor's degree. You have to be very clear on that. Uh, so many people usually like or want to ask for scholarship opportunities for undergraduate studies, or rather we can say bachelor's degree. But I've been saying there are very few scholarships, and I've provided so many reasons why they don't provide. Most of the scholarships are not for bachelor's degrees, and mostly are just for master's and PhD. So, but today I'm coming here to give insight and more details of this particular college, which is guaranteeing people to be given 100% scholarships for international students. So, before I continue, I would like to ask some few things from your end. One is to be able to come to my YouTube channel, if you haven't done so, which is EBM Scholars. On the EBM Scholars channel, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you'll be able to get information about education scholarship opportunities. You'll be able to get some information about immigration, but how to start the life and succeed in these developed countries, or the countries you are going there and you are immigrant. But also for those who like to start writing their own books, I usually help people on how to be able to self-publish their books, to put the books on Amazon, or to put their books on Lulu, or to put them their books on Barnes and Nobles, through what we call self-publishing. But also I'm talking usual on my channel on the personal growth. For those who do not know, also I usually have a podcast. With my podcast, which if you go to podcast, either will be on Anchor, you're using or you are using the Apple Podcast, or you are using Breaker or Google Podcast, or you are using Overcast, or you are using Pocket Cast, Public Radio Public, you are using Spotify, or you any of those. If you go there and type EBM Scholars, you'll be able to get my podcast. You can see there, I post there most of my content. So those are the few things. And for those who speak Swahili, there is a special YouTube channel for them, which is EBM Swahili. You can be able to get my content there in Swahili language. So let me go back to Berea College. I'll go straight and give some of the important information which are very critical. So number one thing, as I mentioned, that Berea College is the college which provides 100% scholarships for international students to come to study here. So those are the few things I wanted to make sure that you understand. Number one is Berea, they have what we call the no tuition promise. What does no tuition promise mean? It is very important for you to know. So the no tuition promise, it means no Berea College students pays tuition. Seriously, no Berea College person or student, enrolled student, pays tuition. What does that mean? It means as follows. After other forms of financial aid, especially for those who are Americans here, or students who are here, they get financial aid. Apart from the financial aid from the federal government or state aid and other student achievement scholarships are awarded, tuition is covered by Berea tuition promise. No tuition promise means this you will be able to graduate without any debt here at the Berea College. So that is just overall for we are talking about federal, state, and student achievement scholarships. For those who are already here, in the United States, like uh, talking about people who are, let's say, like who are already, let's say, green card holders, U.S. citizen. But what about the people who are coming as international? So people who are coming as international, on the other hand, for them, they don't need to do that. As I said, there will be a process on how you can be able to apply as international student and to be able to get scholarships. So I'm going to give you some insights. So this is the website itself of the Berea. So the website is, as I said, the college is called Berea College, and the website is www.berea.edu. That is the website for the Berea College. So if you are applying as international student, what you need to do is you go to the website, the berea.edu, then you come to the admission. But if you go to the, even before you go to admission, let me go before I go to the admission. On the front page of the Berea College, at the bottom left corner, you can be able to see the words as follows: that no tuition promise. That is, say, Berea is the only one American top college that makes no tuition promise to every enrolled student, meaning you will not be able to pay. You don't need to pay for what we call the tuition. But the cost of living for international students, I will be able to explain what does that mean and how are you going to do. So I'm going to post over there on the comment. You can be able to see that what does that mean. It means no student pays for tuition. Remember, I talked about studying in Norway. Uh, in Norway, there are no tuition for students. Whether you are international student, whether you are a citizen of Norway, or you are a citizen of any other country in Europe or outside of Europe, you can be able to go and be able to get education without paying school or tuition fees. So the only thing you'll be able to pay is the cost of living. So Berea is some sort of the same, but for international students, uh, despite of getting what we call the tuition being not tuition, but for international students, they are going to be given some other opportunities to be given the full 100%, even to cover the cost of living. So our generous tuition promises scholarship makes it possible to graduate debt free. So that is number one thing. So let me go to how do you do as international student. As international student, you go on the website on the admission. But here you see on the page of admission, they say spring 2021 final application date is 16 days from now. But remember, if you are applying as international student doesn't apply or doesn't enroll into the spring semester. International student is going to start the studies on what we call the fall semester, the semester which you start to go to school in the month of August. So that is what you apply. So if you open this particular page, there is few areas. Number one, there is apply for free as a first year student, apply for free as a transfer student, apply for free as international student, and schedule an admissions visit. So if you're an international student, you go on the section which says apply for free as international student. But few things you need to know. So if you click there, it brings you to the page which is say apply as international student. So on here there are words in green. They say international application for admission and scholarship package. But unfortunately, you cannot be able to open this one right now because the fall application for 2021 has been closed. So the next application is for the fall 2022. That is the next application, which will become available in the summer of 2021. So let me put it in your perspective and make it easier for you to understand. When we say the fall 2022, it means you are applying the application this year 2021. so that you can start to study in August 2022. That is the meaning. And the application each year, it starts in the is in the summer for this year, and in the summer we are talking about June, July, around that time. It will go until November. End of November is the end of application for application which will go to start in 2022. So there are few things which are some sort of advantages during this time or not. So as international students who are going to apply, there are few things which you need to understand. There is this what we call the application package, which will be a PDF. So international student is not applying direct online like an American student. For Berea, you are going to download the form, go is a PDF, so you'll be able to fill by a pen and be able then from there, and I don't know whether it will be fillable PDF, I don't remember, but you can be able then to send as attachment or by postal way to Berea College. So there are so many things you need to be able to go through as international students. First, you'll be able to fill that particular form, which is an application form and also scholarship form. It's the same. But there are few things you need to put together as an international student. So those few things are number one, international application for admission and scholarship form, which I've said it will be available in the summer around June, July. That form will be there. The form has the personal information, the income, education, recommendation letters. Why should they give you the scholarship? Is just like statement of purpose essay, all those kind of things. So those are the few things you need to ask. I know there is one question already coming from Umaru Matrudi Kamara. Hello, sir. Thank you for your tremendous work. May God bless you and your entire family immensely. I'm from Sierra Leone. Are they asking for the English proficiency test results? That is something I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Thank you for bringing that question, because that is some of the things I'm going to put it here. You can see on my screen. I'm saying all the following items are in the package above, and it must be mailed together. Mailed, not emailed, must be put in the package, and you have to send in the postal mail on the address which is on the screen. I'm going to show you. Together to the Office of Admissions. Number one is the application, international student application, admissions and the application form, admission and the scholarship form. Number two is the international personal essay and cover sheet. So there is an essay. Usually there are instruction in the application what is the essay entail, but overall is just overall to explain why should they give to you, what are you going to do, what is your contribution, and that is something I've also posted on my. If you also go to my my blog or just my other webpage, is called ebmscholarships.com. I posted today the question, why you deserve this scholarship and not another applicant. So if you go, and I'm going to post this link on the comment, so that if you wanted to know why these things are important, is the keyword, like why should they give yourself, how do you introduce yourself, how should you put in a way what is your education background or professional experience prepare you to understand the studies and also to contribute to others. How is the program fit for you? How are you going to be a unique candidate from other candidates? What contribution are you going to bring to the department or the university or the program you're going to enroll? But other, what is important, what are you going to do after finishing your studies? What kind of work are you interested in doing after graduating from the program? And how does that program will help you to succeed in your work after completion of your studies? So those are the few things you need to understand are part of the content. Why should you deserve to get scholarship? So this is what we call personal essay. Then you need to provide the copy of secondary records. Do not send the originals. Remember, you are applying for bachelor's degree. The problem is there are some people in Africa or Asia or Latin America, they have what we call the education level as diploma. In the United States, there is no any level called diploma. Diploma here means the college transcript, the certificate you are born, like the certificate you get, they say you have been awarded a degree in political science, you have been awarded high school, you have completed high school. That certificate you are given after completing your level of study, that is the American English meaning diploma. But there is no a diploma as a level for study in America. So what you study as a diploma, when you finish high school, you go for 2 years in your college. That looks like a community college here, though it's a little bit different, where you get an associate degree. So what they need here, they would like to get your secondary school records. That means if you are, for instance, you are in Tanzania, they need what we call O level or ordinary secondary school and advanced secondary school, or junior high school and high school, or senior 4 and senior 6 for Uganda, or just overall, they need all your secondary school records. But also they need to see the statement of financial circumstances. So in the form, there are certain things you needed to have. What are the things you needed to have in order to be able to be given a scholarship? So they need also to see your financial. Then there is what they call financial questionnaire. The international financial questionnaire are the few questions they are going to ask you. The question like, what is the income, for instance, of your father? Do you own the house, or do you rent? All these kind of things. What is income do you have? Do you have a job? All these kind of things to determine if you are financial need. Then there is international recommendation financial form. All these forms you are going to be given as an international application package. So you're going to fill that form, and then you need to have 2 recommendation letters. So there is a special special form you'll be given for recommendation, and this recommendation must be written by your current or former teacher, because you're just finishing high school, for instance. So you need to have someone as your current teacher, or someone just taught you, to write that recommendation letter to explain obviously why you are the perfect fit, why should you be given that admission and scholarship to study at Berea College and get the scholarship, and what will be your contribution to Berea, and also what is your contribution after finishing and coming back to your home country. And the other last part is the official scores. You have to take at least one of the following exams. So Umaru, you were asking about the English test. So this is what they want for you to do. So they say you have to do at least one exam, either English proficiency, and English proficiency is either Toefl or IELTS. Toefl is the American version, IELTS is a British system. So you have to take one, or you can take this what you call ACT or SAT exam. So you have to take one exam out of these 4 exams. You should register very, very early in order to include the copy of your scores to meet the deadline for the application. But this is what they are saying. Test score requirements. All applicants must demonstrate English language proficiency by submitting results from one of the 4 exams: TOEFL, ICT, SAT, or LTs. We understand that administration of these exams has been suspended in many countries. Students who remain unable to register for one of the 4 accepted exams in their home country on September 15 may email and ask Berea to request permission to submit results from alternative proficiency exam. So this is what I wanted to explain to people, that because of the pandemic, this is something happening now. You can ask, so the alternative proficiency, you can be able to show that you studied degree in the language. For instance, if you are using English, for instance, is the language you are using, is the language of teaching. So that is something you needed to understand. Like, you can provide that one. Students who live in country where testing has resumed as of September 15 will be required to submit test results from one of those ones. So my advice is, try to take the test. But if your country where you are, the tests have been suspended, please stop. Just ask. This is the email. Send the email to Berea ask Berea, ask admissions at berea.edu to request that to apply without the results for those particular tests. Those are the things you need to know. So so these are the usually, so there are these so applications. This was for last year, but application for this year will be each year is November 30th. So this year will be November 30th, 2021, but the application hasn't been open yet. So those are the few things you need to understand. So I'm going to put the link for admissions as international student. The link where you can be able the link which will be able to go and apply as international student. But as I said, the application form is not open yet, so you cannot go ahead and go and start like, oh, let me start applying. You have to wait until next when summer comes. You'll be able to go and check the application. So these are the few things you need to understand. They are giving more explanation. You need to have high school records, recommendation letter. That's what I was saying. International students cannot apply online. You just download. The packets must be received by the date of. So you have to print out the PDF form and then send it. So you have to apply as soon as possible. So those are the few things I want to give to you. Then I want to. So this is. I want to give you some of the information about the NOS tuition promise. Okay, so that is the one we just talked about. Then this is the no school promise, which they say Berea College, no tuition, Berea College. This is the yeah. So when you apply to Berea. This is what you get. Berea College was great to help deserving scholars achieve their dreams at Berea. You'll be able to get the following: an affordable elite education of one of the best private school, work experience, get some scholarships. So it will be one of the great opportunity. So no student is going to be able to pay even school fees at all. So so this is something you needed to be able to understand, that it's a great college, great opportunity for all international students. So when I tell people apply at Berea, I usually give this opportunity for them to know that these are the opportunity you can be able to go there. So even international students, you'll be able to get this opportunity for you. No other university you'll be able to get that one. So some of the questions, what we call the frequent asked question, these are the questions. Do I need to take a Toefl? Yes, you need to take one Toefl or this exam. All those kind of things they are going to ask. Deadline, usually each deadline is November 30th each year. The applications each year applications to begin the following year to start. So the results usual decision is made by March 31st, not later than that. You'll be able to get the results. Can international students apply for spring? No, international students cannot be able to apply for spring. Can international students apply more than admissions for more than once? Yes, may do. However, does not improve a chances of being accepted. So what makes a chance of accepting is the exam. You are going to take the results and your scores for your high school, your resume, what are you being able to do, all these kind of things. Yeah, so students will be able to be given I-20. So the application, once you get admission, you're supposed to pay $50 interest fee and $2,000, and this is deposit. But if you don't have this one, they are going to give you scholarship for that too. So this is what they say: payment must be made by May 1st. But for those who do not have, the college does have some sources of financial help. If you don't have those one, they will be able to give that amount so that you can be able to get the I-20 and the process. Each year, they are getting 30 international students. So it's a very competitive time. I remember one time they they ask me, I mean, when I made the video about Berea College, they asked me about, Berea College wrote to me and thanking me for making the video and asking me I mean, telling me that it's a very competitive. Usually they get sometimes up to 300 applications and they're taking only 30 international students. So all those kind of things, they are just there. So there are so many questions so someone is asking, do they accept international transfer? That means you're already studying in your country and you want to come here as a transfer. So they say, although Berea College does accept the transfer, usually they have reserved limited time for transfer. Most of the time they want brand new applicants from the secondary school. So that is something you needed to know that. Let me go to read a question from Umaru Kamara. The question is, I'm currently at the university pursuing marine science, but I wanted to do different course compared to my current course, computer science and architecture. Is that possible? What are the criteria? When you apply, if you want to apply for bachelor degree, you are applying for using your high school certificate. You have high school certificate or high school. They're not going to take you because you remember, they said here they're not going to take the transfer student. You have to apply as a brand new person to apply as bachelor degree. So you are going to do the same thing. They are going to look at your secondary school. You have to take the SAT or ACT or Toefl or SAT. You have to take one of the exams. You have to pass. You need to have good recommendation letters, and you follow all application like someone who has graduated high school. My other advice will be just finish bachelor degree you are pursuing, get good results, and apply for masters, because for master's degree there are so many opportunities for master's degree than just there are so many opportunities for masters at PhD than bachelor's degree. So that will be something you needed to consider when you want to apply. So yeah, so those are the few things I wanted to make sure that you understand the few important things for someone who is applying as international student. So those are the packages or information. Go to Berea, berea.edu. It is in the state of Kentucky. You can be able to apply and get admission at Berea. So those are the few things, like you can be able to see. They're talking more information, financial eligibility. So these are specifically for people who are in America. So don't forget about this one. International students have different types of admission process, which it will be only for the fall, as I mentioned. And if you apply as an international student, application usually starts around June, July, and the deadline is November 30th each year for you to be able to apply and get opportunity to study at Berea College. So this is the only college which provides 100% scholarships for international students who are coming to study here. But even if you are American student, you'll be able to get the same or similar scholarship. So few things I want you to remind you to do is to make sure that you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be able to get some more updates. There is information for there is information to study in Norway, which is also for free. There is no tuition and fees in Norway. Remember, I talked about that one. And I'm going to make here a very big, long video about the upcoming DV 2022 results and interviews for them. I've already talked about the DV 2021 who have started the interview. So those are the few things I was planning to share with you. But I wish all the best for those who are applying and looking for the opportunities to go to study at Berea, or have been looking for scholarships for bachelor's degrees to come to study in the United States of America. So thank you so much for everyone who has been very supportive on my podcast. which is EBM Scholars Podcast. So you can be able to get me on my podcast. But also for those who are checking me on my English videos on YouTube, consider subscribing EBM Scholars. And those who are following me on the Swahili, go to the EBM Swahili. You can be able to get me there too. So those are the few things I wanted to make sure that you understand. And on the description of the video, I've posted a lot of links. Please consider to go through those links. And in case you have any particular question, don't forget to ask me. I'll be happy to respond. May God bless you, and thank you so much. Remember to send this information to your friends and the colleagues, and even if they are not for you, just send it to other parents who are looking for scholarships or paying for their school fees for their kids. So send this kind of information. Even if you are not looking for this opportunity, share to the WhatsApp groups, share to the Facebook, share to the Instagram, share to your email or any other Twitter account, and so many other areas you can be able to share those ones. So thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.